safe handling of your bagpipes. So important, not talked about enough, and it can make the difference between dropping your pipes, having a drone crack, having your chanter, which is, sometimes the most expensive part of the pipes, pop out, smash on the ground. I've seen in too many Facebook groups pictures of broken chanters, and in bagpipe coaching clients I've worked with, people I'm giving instruction to, just unsafe handling techniques with the pipes. So this video, I'm going to give you just some real tips and hints on how to handle your bagpipes safely. Whether you just inherited a set of pipes, been given a set of pipes, bought a used second set of pipes, or maybe you got some brand new from the factory and you just need some idea of how to pick up and handle these things without dropping anything, messing anything up. So that's what this video is for. Thank goodness in my own Facebook group, the free Get Bagpipe Ready Facebook group, no one has posted a picture yet of a cracked chanter or dropped bagpipes. Thank goodness. Hopefully it never happens. At the time of this video, we have over 800 members in that Facebook group. Thank you, each and every one of you, for joining. If you haven't already, the link will be in the video below. Feel free to join that Facebook group. Love to see you. More helpful hints and tips and tricks and lots of advice from other great pipers too in that group for you. So we just say you've just gotten your bagpipes. They're in their case. You've opened it up. This is probably what you're going to see. We got our pipes all folded in there. So there's our pipes all folded in there. We got, maybe some different pouches. If there's earplugs, used earplugs from another piper, don't use used earplugs. Go out and buy your own earplugs. There might be, mismatch of different stuff. You might not know what a lot of it is. That's okay. The important bits to make sure you got 3 drones. I'll show you how to put that base drone on, and I'm not going to show you how to set up all the pipes in this video. This is just for the safe physical handling of bagpipes. If you didn't grow up around bagpipes, you're not sure how to carry them, hold them, to protect it for safety. So that's what we're going through in this video. So I'll just pop this base drone on here. So the base drone, as you see in here, pipes are all folded in. The base drone's going to be the long one. It's going to go and attach in here, and we can secure it by twisting it. If it's not very stiff, if it's quite loose, the other attachment, if it's quite loose, you will want to add some hemp on there to tighten them up. And the hemp is this yellow string. And if you don't have hemp, or you're just in a hurry and you want to hold these things, they just came, you want to hold them and see what they're like. Another trick is you can just give that hemp a bit of a lick. So lick it up, get it moisturized. Use your thumbnail to scratch that hemp up and down. That'll roughen it up too, to tighten it up. And you can do the same for the stalks. The stalks, that joint as well, you might need to lick and roughen that up if it's really loose, like so loose it's just kind of pulling in and out. So you can do that as a quick way to tighten them up. Just keep in mind, if you use moisture to tighten up that joint, it is going to dry out again. So it will get loose again when it dries out. But if you just want to get it a little bit secure so you can hold the things, see what they're about, that's a quick trick. And then when you lift them up out of the bag, before I do that, I'll usually put the chanter in, just if I'm playing them. I have my chanter, just a little tip, a little bit of a protector for my chanter, a pipe insulator. It's just made out of foam. And I have that around my chanter to protect it a little bit. And then I'm going to put my reed in here. I'll show you what I hold my reed in. So my reed, they do have the fancy reed protector cases that the reed stays in the chanter, and then this protects the reed and goes on top. I don't use those. It might depend on the climate you're in, but in my climate, or just maybe I have a lot of moisture when I'm blowing, my reed gets too wet, it stays too wet, and it shortens the life of the reed being so wet in there, and it gets mildewy, and I find my reed lasts a lot longer if I keep it in a pill bottle with a little bit of toilet paper wrapped around it. So I'll set my chanter down there and I'll just take out my reed carefully. And you see I'm just taking it out of the toilet paper there. Okay, so I got my reed. Ideally, I'm trying to hold my reed low down, like on the hemp. I'm not trying to squeeze it up on the top or mishandle the corners where it can rip or fold. I'm trying to hold it down at the bottom. So that's safe handling technique number one, is try to be gentle with your reed. Don't squeeze or mess with the top. Try to hold it at the string bottom part. I'm going to put that in my chanter. It's a lot more safe and secure there. And again, I don't want to set this down now that my reed is in there and have it chip on something or just put it in the bag. Want to have that reed protector on top, or better yet, just a little bit of moisture to make it secure. Better yet, I'll put it right in the stock. If it's especially with the chanter, if it's a bit loose, you want to roughen that up with your thumb. And this is point number 2. Safety handling tip for your pipes number 2 here. When you're putting that chanter in your pipes, don't squeeze, don't turn from the bottom. You could torque or crack your chanter from that force. Always go on the top and remove from the top. So remove right at the joint. Don't remove down here. Don't pull out down here. That could just, if it happens, you've been playing a while, it's gotten really moist, that hemp is swollen, it's now a lot tighter than it was, you go twist it at the bottom and you just snap your chanter. So don't do that. That's tip number 2. Make sure you tighten your chanter right at the joint when you're moving it or putting it on. So we got 2 big tips so far for you. The safe handling of the reed, and then the safe insert and exit of the chanter from the stock, and then tightening up those tuning pins and stocks with a little bit of moisture. So next, where do you hold these things when you pick them up? That's the next thing. You're not going to break them. Whenever that chanter's in, I don't trust that joint completely, so I always have a hand on the chanter. So I have a hand on the chanter, and then I'm going to grab the bass drone right at the stock. And I kind of show you quickly putting together that bass drum. You could do the same for the tenors. Moisten up that hemp if you have to. Roughen up with your thumb so it's a little bit tight. We want it tighter at the base. You don't want too tight at the tuning pins, otherwise you can't slide them up and down. But a little bit. They shouldn't be loose and wobbly. So I'm grabbing. I have my fingers, my 2 fingers curled around to hold that chanter. I don't want that chanter loose and wobbling around. And then I'm grabbing right at the joint of that stock. So I'm kind of secure right at that joint of the stock of the bass drone. And that's how I can lift up the pipes. And now that I got them lifted up, they're quite secure. This is not too loose. Nothing's going to pop out. My blow stick I didn't talk about, but my blow stick, it's always quite tight. But again, if that's loose, you can tighten it up. Not as worried if that pops out, but I am protecting that chanter. So if I stand up here, I can easily hold my pipes like so. One hand, my other hand's free. This is a common way to hold them at your side. If you're just standing, waiting to play, you could hold them like this. That's quite secure. Again, I'm right at that bass drone, the longest drone. I'm right at that stock, right at that join there, and I have my 2 fingers on my chanter. I don't want to let this chanter wiggle and jiggle and flop around, especially when I go from this position up to this position, to my playing position. You'll see I had a hand on the chanter the whole time, so let me do that again for you. I have my left hand holding the pipes. My left fingers are holding the chanter. When I go to put the pipes onto my left shoulder, my right hand grabs that chanter. I have that chanter secure the whole time. My right hand looks after that chanter as I get the drone settled in place on my shoulder. My right hand gives the chanter to my left hand. So that chanter, and if I need to, again, oh, the holes are in the wrong place. Don't twist from the bottom. Twist from up here so you don't crack that chanter. Now I'm happy with the holes. I can bring the blowpipe over. I'm less worried about the blowpipe because I have that sucker really tight. It's not popping in and out. That chanter, we're taking it in and out every time. we don't want that thing to dangle and pop out of there. So once I'm on my shoulder, again, this base drone is secure on my shoulder. That first base drone stock has got it quite tight. I'm happy with that, so I know it's secure here. I have a hand on my chanter, and again, this hand is free. So quite comfortably, I can again manage my pipes with just my left hand, and my right hand is free. Again, to switch back to our starting position, right hand grabs the chanter and the blow piece, turns around, grabs the bass drone right at that first join, and then comes down. And now I'm free with my left hand. I can transfer everything from hand to hand. And now I'm free with my right hand, and I can stand comfortably again and wait till my next set, my next tune, till I get my breath back, whatever the case. Take money from all the passerbys who want to give me money for busking. Whatever you're up to with your pipes and you need that extra hand for, wipe off the lip farts, whatever you're up to, you have that hand, your pipes are comfortable. You can set them down somewhere, ideally not on the floor, but on a chair would be fine. If your drones are tuned, you may even want to lay them down nice and easy. So when you pick them up, you always go for that chanter first. Make sure it's secure. Once you have the chanter, grab the bass drone right at the join. If you want to grab the blow stick too, fine. Sometimes I just leave that blow stick. And that's how you'd pick them up. So again, the safe handling of the pipes. Make sure your joints are secure, that nothing's popping out on you. Twist the chanter in at the join and handle that reed carefully. When you're taking that reed in and out, try to not mess around with the top blades of the reed. Try to handle it where it's stringed and hemped. And those 3 tips will really do you well, so you don't drop or mess up or have to pay for replacements or repairs just from a simple physical mishandling of your pipes. So again, if you want more tips, tricks, more support from other pipers, check out the link below to join the free Facebook group. And until next time, happy piping!